Hello dear traders, you are watching ИнстаФорекс TV with me, Tahmina Salomova. During our weekly link up, we are going to talk about the main currency pairs dynamics and forecast their further movement with the help of our technical analyst expert Petr Yakimovic. The Fed's meeting took place this week. As a result, the US Federal Reserve System kept its monetary policy unchanged. Hello, Petra. Experts did not expect any change in rates. What was the traders' reaction on the predictable Fed's decision? How did the sentiment of those traders who worked with this pair influence the US dollar further movement?
Hello, dear traders. I'm expecting lower price on the USD. We got the interest rate decision in the US most recently, and the price and the news traders basically I found the weakness on the US after the news. You know, the Federal Reserve, they kept the rate unchanged, which is actually as like the most analysts expected. But the news traders actually weakening they weakened the US dollar. Anyway, in my opinion, the smart money will try to position right now, so in the next period after they saw the result of the speech of Yellen, and after they saw that the US kept the rate unchanged, they will try to position themselves. So I found a strong point of control the USD at the price of 1.245. This is the point of control from the last week, and this is looks like a very strong resistance and very good area where you can try to establish some selling positions. The take profit level is set at the price of 1.1150, and this point of control is point of control for that day where the ECB announced the interest rate decision. So watch for selling opportunities with a target at 1.1150.
How did the pound react on the Fed statement, which indicated it could support a hike this year in December? And what movement for GBPUSD should the traders expect?
Similar like on the USD, I'm expecting also lower price on the GBPUSD, at least in the on the shorter perspective. Again, the news traders, due to this interest rate decision in US, the news traders came in, and we saw the strength on the British pound versus the US dollar. But the very next day, I found that there is no so strong demand anymore, and that we may expect in the near future, in the shorter perspective, that British pound start again lower, downward movement. Again, pay attention to the level of 1.3085. This is the area where we also have some resistance levels. So what were selling opportunities on this currency pair? And take profit level set at the price of 1.2980 to 1.2950. This area is the area again of that day where the Fed actually kept the rate unchanged. Okay, so this is a very strong. So using the market profile analysis, again, I found the market profile. I found a point of control at 1.2980 and 1.2950. So these levels looks like a very solid take profit levels. So watch for selling opportunities again on the British pound USD.
The Bank of Japan had its regular monetary policy meeting as well. Despite the market participants' expectations, the Bank of Japan kept its monetary policy steady. Did the unchanged interest rate influence the Japanese yen?
I'm expecting upward price on the USD-Japanese yen, and on the shorter perspective. So what I found here is we got a Bank of Japan meeting basically, so they didn't change the monetary policy so much. Then from the other side, we got rates unchanged in the US. So it's a pretty neutral, neutral at this point fundamentals between the US and the Japan. And following day by day and how the price progressing and observing the economic news and new factors on the market is the best thing to do on the US-Japanese yen. The most recent, again, the massive action happened after that Bank of Japan meeting, and after the federal funds rate decision. That was in the same day, and we got strong Japanese yen. So the price went all the way to 100.08, and price found the bottom there. And I saw the very next day that there is no further selling pressure on this currency pair, which means that probably the news traders exit their positions and then try, and they also transform from bearish to bullish. Also, the smart money starting to buy the US Japanese yen. So at least, again, I'm expecting the upward movement, but on the short-term perspective. So in the next few days, actually, I'm expecting upward movement. And some upward targets are set at 101.65. And this is a critical point of control. Since using market profile analysis, I found that that big day, when we got federal funds rate decision and also Bank of Japan monetary policy meeting. So for that day, the point of control is at 101.65. So pay attention to this level and try to scale out position. So that is a first upward target. The second upward target, if the price go above 101.65, in that scenario, the price may even go to reach the high of that day, which is 102.75. Again, I found the strength in the background, the bottoming near the 100.08, and I saw their lack of supply, lack of sellers, professional selling at that point, which means that we may expect the upward price. Again, be very careful, trade safely, and again, my advice is to watch for buying opportunities on the dips.
One more regulator kept its monetary policy steady, the New Zealand Reserve Bank. Peter, what positions do you recommend with the kiwi?
I'm expecting upward price on the Euro New Zealand dollar. Basically, then also in the New Zealand, we got pretty much neutral fundamental. In the Euro, in the Eurozone, also nothing special at this moment, but technically speaking, I found that real strength came in after, so the very next day after that federal funds rate decision. So I found a downward trend line which held very, very successfully for a few days, and then the successful breakout and real sign of strength came in the very next day again after that interest rate decision in US. And I saw that on Asia session, the buyers control the market. Then the Europe session and the US session. So in all sessions, I saw the real strength on the Euro New Zealand dollar and successful breakout of the supply trend line in the background. So my advice is to watch for buying opportunities in this currency pair and try to buy in the dips. I also found some short-term upward trend line which the traders already established and they're respecting. So watch for buying opportunities and take profit levels are set at the price of 1.5420 and then the 1.5460 and then the final potential short-term target at 1.5500, which is also the round number. So again, very, very strong sign of strength, successful breakout of supply trend line, and my advice is absolutely to watch for buying opportunities on the dips.
Petar, thank you for your trading recommendations. We will be glad to see you next Friday. You watched ИнстаФорекс TV Link Up with me, Tahmina Salomova, and ИнстаФорекс currency market expert from Serbia, Petar Jakimovic. We wish you successful traders with ИнстаФорекс. See you next week.